Hello and welcome to week 10. This week we're in San Francisco. We actually came here initially to see University of California, Berkeley, the men's team. I met them 5 years ago. I was hoping to see if we could train with them. Unfortunately, due to university regulations, we can't use their facilities. So it's a little bit, it's just a challenge that you're going to come across, things like that. I'm sure we can overcome that. But at the moment, we can't train with them, unfortunately. Instead, we're here today at Head Over Heels Athletic Arts. It's got everything you need. I'm really keen to train here and have a huge session. And now that we're in week 10, I'm going to be pushing myself really hard. So the way Niall's laid out the program is week 11 and 12 are going to be lighter weeks before going for the goals to help taper for them. So this is the final week of heavy training. So we're starting today with gymnastics conditioning and then ring sequences, and then followed by weights. Let's get straight into it. I've warmed up a lot for this pike press set, mainly on my compression. I was just doing some toe taps, a little bit of pike, and just compression work. We're doing it again on these low parallettes today. The hardest part for me is compressing enough so my feet don't drag on the floor. I would love to get 5 right now, and it is the intense last week before the sort of lighter tapering, so I'm really going to be pushing as hard as I possibly can. Bent arm press on these low parallettes as well. It's funny, I feel like it makes it harder just because I need to compress more, but that's obviously a great thing because compression should be no problem. That was so hard. When I got to 4 though, I was like, there's no way I'm not getting 5. Oh, nice. That was just willpower at the end there. Going for 5 reps today. Let's do this. How'd that feel?
Yeah, that wasn't too hard.
Nice. That was a cool set. I sort of had a epiphany. We've captured another one live on camera, guys. When you're doing it, you got to understand how far you need to lean and everything. But when you do, just go for it. Don't hold back, and your spotter will obviously balance you. That was really, really cool. It felt different to the other sets, that's for sure.
First one was pretty easy. A sign you've got the strength there.
My wrists have been a little bit sore recently, again in these 2 areas. I think it was mainly after last week's play where we were doing really, really good leans. So they're getting better every day, but again, they're a little bit sensitive, so I have been wary of that when doing planche over the last couple of days, and I've been doing planche on the rings instead where I can, because it just means you don't have to take any of that same pressure through your wrist.
Unfortunately, that's where the ice baths would help, I reckon.
As part of this traveling and that, pretty much putting ourselves into adversity, we haven't been able to ice bath here yet in San Francisco, or we didn't get a chance in Vegas either.
2 weeks without an ice bath.
It's really not ideal. We're trying to figure it out, but between finding gyms to train at, finding accommodation and all that kind of stuff, It's really difficult, but just want to show you guys you can do it. And I mean, if we can travel around and train like this, then you can certainly find a place and organize yourself to be able to train there really consistently. Oh, I can feel the wrist, my left one. Damn it. Now I've got to do planche. Oh, I kicked the bar. Let's try again. Oh, it felt different that last one. Was it better?
Yeah. Well, there was more weight.
Yeah, but I'm a little bit.
Whoops. It's just habit.
Yes. I'm just a bit wary of my wrist. I really don't want to push it too hard. I want to push my strength hard, but I also want to push the joint. I'm not quite sure how to make these harder. And I try and get my chest to the bar in every single rep. Oh, I missed it for all those last reps. Damn. There you go. If you just focus on your technique, you can make something as simple as that more of a challenge. To help give this wrist a bit of a break, and also just to keep building the strength, I'm just going to do tuck planche for this set, so that way I can really perfect the form, build the strength, but not challenge this wrist too much. Also really going to try and hit the minor. We've got flexibility behind us, so let's use it.
Plus determination.
That was actually a nice set, even though I'm just doing the tuck planche. Because I can hold it in that, it still is a good challenge. Definitely want to be getting higher in that minor. Yeah, I'm going to VC right now, but I do want to be going to minor. I just saw that I leant forward, put some pressure on it. With light pressure, it just doesn't feel comfortable, but I don't want to push that. It's just not smart to push something for 5 seconds of glory. I'll show you guys a shot of this as well. There's a ganglion there, so it gets more inflamed as the pressure gets more intense. I've got it on both wrists actually. So that's where the pressure is. So instead what I'm going to do is twist the parallel bars, more like a rings planche. So this totally takes the pressure off this area. I'm going to find it harder to balance like this. I'm just going to see if I can do that instead. Oh, you have to try that again. That's really different to the what we're used to doing. Oh, come on. I'm trying to apply the same principle that we do with the straight parallettes, where you always want to have the pressure on the front of, or in this case, on this side of your palm, because you're leaning more that way. If you're doing those adjustments, you can't get enough lean. It's just like anything new, it takes a bit of practice to get the balance. Once you get the balance down, you'll be able to smash the strength. Alright. Well, unfortunately I'm not quite ready for this, balance-wise more than strength. Just quickly now, I'll just try and extend into a straddle planche, just take the balance aspect out of it, more the challenge, see how long I can hold it for. Oh, that was tough, but that's a great substitute if I'm feeling that wrist pressure. I feel like I have to get 9 today. You know, I've been working on this for a while now. Once I get 9, I'll step it up to level 2. That would be very satisfying. And I've only got about 3 weeks now to get that Azarian, so I really have to get this. Damn it. Oh man, why? Why do I stay at the same level? myself to get 3 reps, but it's just so difficult. I'm just gonna do 1 more rep right now, try and make up for that. Yeah, I'm pretty wrecked. Changing up the front and back lever so slightly today. I'm not gonna get a spot. I feel like you shouldn't always be getting a spot for certain skills, otherwise you'll become dependent on the spotter. So instead today I'm just gonna do it without a spot, seeing how close to the front lever I can get. It's been getting stronger recently, so hopefully I can do some small holds, and really I feel like this is something I should be able to do myself anyway. Yeah, those front levers were satisfying. I did really fatigue though on that 3rd rep. It was feeling a lot harder. But that's really cool to see a skill like that I'm not specifically training for at all, just with a few exercises here and there, is continuing to get stronger. And I really want to have a solid front lever. I feel like it's just an important basic that every man must possess. Really gonna push this one, striving for that perfect hold. And if I can't get there, I'm just gonna hold it as long as I possibly can. Really want to push myself. Oh man, felt a bit sloppy on that one. Darn it, man. Maltese is hard, guys. That's part of the beauty of the Stronger series. In most videos you'll watch, you'll see a professional doing ridiculously difficult skills with apparent ease, but you never really get to see how they get to that level. So hopefully you guys are really enjoying the journey, seeing us struggle with more basic variations like this week after week. But then finally, in the goal session, it all happens and we get that ridiculous skill. And that's just what you got to keep doing over and over to achieve any skill that you really desire. And that's what makes us special. Subscribe now. Yes! Really going to try and hold these crosses to some degree today, because as we know from last week's play, my Azarian seemed weakest at the cross hold. This way it's sort of spotting that first bit and making me work for the second. If I can hold that, then I should have the keys to the Azarian in my pocket. As always, I'm finishing off with some leg lifts. The main reason I've kept this one on was I feel like it was a weakness of mine, and also it's very relevant to the V-sit. Today, to help make it more intense, I'm going to wear light ankle weights. Oh, damn, that was tough. And that didn't actually make it that much more difficult. I thought it would be a lot harder with a bit of extra weight, but it felt quite similar. So that's awesome. Definitely I'm going to start doing that every time from now on. And that way when I'm going for V-sit and things like that with no ankle weights, I'm just going to feel lighter. We all remember Goku and Piccolo wearing their vests, pants and hat and all that. The arm guards, the boots, they take them off and their power level is much greater. Same principle here, guys. If you haven't watched Dragon Ball Z, make sure you do. Yes, so Goku, thank you buddy, I really appreciate the tips and all your inspiration and just all the messages you've given me. Must also thank Piccolo. Appreciate you as well, mate. They're not quite as much as Goku.
Figures.
Sorry, Piccolo. Did you see Gohan recently?
Yes.
You're good. Thank you, Goku. Without you, I wouldn't have this stunning physique. Thanks, Goku. Pretty happy with that. I don't quite think I balanced the planche negative particularly well. Just like I wanted to, I held the back cleaver at the end there. It actually wasn't that hard to do. I'm going to start doing that just to make the sequence a little bit more difficult and also to keep building strength. Finally, today I'm feeling stronger. There's no little niggling pressures or anything, so I'm able to do Azarian on a challenging level. Going for level 6 today, 3 reps. Oh, yes, that's the feeling I want. Very challenging, but I feel like I've got perfect technique. Feeling the pressure in the elbows, but not intensely. Very happy with that. I'm going to do this last set of kip multis on the rings tower itself. That way the cables are the perfect length, obviously, that you'd be doing it in competition. So it makes it more realistic and it makes the balance feel more natural. To finish off ring sequences, we're doing Azarian to support. I'm doing level 3 today as I'm feeling quite strong. I'm going to try and do it really slowly. It's so much harder when you slow it down. On top of that, as I'm starting to roll, I actually try and press into a multis before continuing to support. It makes it feel a lot different than simply letting your feet drop as you come around. Great session today. Feeling strong and I'm very keen for weights tonight, so let's get straight into that. £20 felt really heavy. I couldn't pause the last rep at the top as I usually like to. I feel like it's between the point of being too heavy, but also what I need to do to get stronger.